the business sharing session. So, Adrian, over to you.
Hey, Fion. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you,
And Joe,
Adrian.
once again, thank you, Fion. And Joe, thank you. It's always a pleasure to hear from Joe. And I think all the leaders will agree. Every time we hear from Joe, I know we know him as a scientist, but I think it always feels like he's an entrepreneur and businessman with a lab coat more than anything, right? Joe's exceptional, and he's always exceptional at how he's able to blend high science and business and make it so easy for us to understand, right? Without a PhD or an MBA, right? And what he has just shared essentially is how transformational this opportunity Prysm.io represents for us, right? Thank you, Joe. Once again, we really appreciate you. So now, let's move from higher science and innovation to what this translates to as an opportunity to transform our business, right? To transform how all of you will grow your organization. And this is really a tipping point in nutritional wellness and innovation if you've been really listening to what Joe is sharing. And to do that, we have two speakers, and we're very honored to have with us today to share their excitement, to share their insights, and their future vision of what Prysm.io can do for us and where Prysm.io can take us. Now, our first speaker hails from Malaysia, and honestly is one of the most generous individuals who is never selfish with his time when sharing his experience, when sharing his insights with all of us, right? A trained engineer who left the corporate world to embark on a less conventional path to entrepreneurship, no less. The Nu Skin opportunity opened many doors for Willing, right? And today, as a successful leader in every right, he gives back by spending his time to mentor and empower others, helping them to achieve the success that they deserve through our opportunity platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker, if you would please, Circle of Excellence 1, 4-year Platinum Elite and 10-year Team Elite, Mr. Willing Tan. Willing, over to you.
Hi, everybody. How are you? How is Southeast Asia, PAC, CPAC? How are you? First of all, thank you so much, Adrian. And hi, Graham. And thank you, Dr. Joe, for sharing. I'm a bit nervous to be among such amazing leaders here today and listening to really awesome technology from Joe. It really is amazing. Are you guys very lucky? You guys should be, please give Nu Skin a round of applause because, they've, really gone out and really lived their mission and vision to transform the world. All right. So anyway, a bit about myself. I graduated from the University of Texas at Austin with a mechanical degree. I left that and went straight to work for Motorola, and was there about 13 years. And then during those years, I was introduced to this business by my sister-in-law. And at first, the reason we want to do this was because I wanted to find a platform for Casey to become a hands-on mom. Because at that time, my daughter Jay, first one, was about 3 years old, and like most moms, we want to spend time. The other thing is my parents are aging, 60 and 70, and I said, hey, I wanted to find more time to spend with them. I didn't want to wait until I retire, and so this kind of worked in. However, I did see the opportunity of this business because the anti-aging market is just tremendous at that time, and it's only getting bigger and bigger as we understand it. The business model was made sense to me. It was simple. There was no capital or no risk or none of these things that in traditional businesses that we have, and it was really cool. And I think the last thing I want to say is that the business model, what really attracted me really was the business plan, the 5%, 6 levels, and being able to pay 40% of revenue to all of us here is just amazing. So we should be very, very lucky. I want to go back and talk about how I joined, because the time when I joined about 20 years ago feels like yesterday, because when I joined, we were opening in a China market, and guess what? We were also launching the first biophotonic scanner. Fast forward to today, what's happening? Same thing, isn't it? We're opening India, and we're launching the next generation Prysm.io. So it's just like a repeat. And you guys are coming in, and if not, are really in for an amazing journey as we move on. And of course, with Prysm.io, I want to talk about 5 things about Prysm.io, and which I think probably you may have heard of before. And the thing about our business is that, hearing it once won't do, hearing it twice won't work, hearing it 3 times will just, you forget it. We need to hear it multiple times, and really instill that into us. So, we have a saying, if you haven't heard it 21 times, you haven't heard it before. So let's go. The first thing I want to say is that the market is bigger than I had thought it was, right? When I first joined, it was $1 trillion. Now it's 9 trillion in the next 3 years. That's just huge. How do you comprehend 9 trillion? So the market demand for wellness is high. Write that down. Second thing I want to say is that, given that there's a bigger market, there's also going to be a bigger challenge. And the bigger challenge is this. The challenge is, and I just want to tell a story, because when we first launched the biophotonic scanner, I always remember this. Our late Nathan Rick said this. He was a CEO COE4. And he said that when the biophotonic was developed, he said when he was first invited, I believe, to University of Utah to scan with the laboratory devices, he said, although he has been selling supplements for 8 years at that time, he says he could never tell his customers whether what he sold actually worked. That's 22 years ago, that story. And that, with today's demand, that question still exists. If not, even greater, that question exists. People don't know if what they're spending is working, and how much money they put in is actually working in their body. Still today, nobody knows. It's just a fraction of people who is aware. So number 2 is there's a big problem out there, and our job is to solve that problem, right? Number 3, I think Dr. Joe is really brilliant. The whole team is brilliant. They just not only gave us a tool, a thing, they gave us a business tool. And I want to say the third thing is it is a business tool. Okay, it's not just for us to measure. It's not like a Samsung watch for consumers to use. No, this is a business tool for you, for business leaders. And why? Because it's patented, it's exclusive. Only business builders have access to this device. Okay, no one else. All right, and that should tell you your position in this whole marketplace. It's only you can do this, can share, can measure. The fourth thing I want to say is this. In doing music for so many years, one of the challenges that we all face really is how to talk about new skin. What do I say, isn't it? Is that something that you guys face? What to say, how to say? True? If it's true, give me one. Because, we just didn't happen here. Some of us are very, very experienced. And the thing is how to say. So number 4 I want to say is this 4th point, which is very important, is it's a fantastic conversation starter. It's a fantastic. The other day I had my friend come over to visit. It was not about new skin. They just came over, visit my kids, and we're just talking. And what did I do? I just took the beta unit that I had, and I just took it out there. And the first thing they said was, "What's that? What's that?" I didn't even say, "Would you like to measure?" I said, "What's that?" They'll say, "What's that?" Isn't that a powerful conversation starter that you can bring around with you? It answers all our problems, isn't it, right? So number 4 is that. Now, of course, we're all business people, and we don't just talk about things. We want to see results, isn't it? So are there results with scanning? And we've said this many times. Doesn't matter. We'll just talk about it again. I'm sure there's a slide here that says the scanner and the ability to scan produces 60%, almost 60% more GV than if you don't scan. I hope everybody understands how important this is. In a world, in an economy where we are going out there and really fighting for volumes and really sharing with people and selling products and all that kind of stuff, isn't it awesome that if you just have a scanner, your average volume increases by 60%? That's just crazy, isn't it? And then the question you'd be saying is, well, man, how can I get mine? I should be scanning more people. You are. And of course, there are some challenges with the existing scanner. We can make more, right? And it's not that readily available, right? So you see how powerful this is. So we have a demand, we have a problem we need to solve, we have a tool that only you have, we have a conversation starter, and then we have solid results, right? This is just awesome. So give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much. So I just want to end with a couple of things, guys, you like me, we don't need to show this slide anymore. You like me, we pray for help, right? Don't we? I wish I got this. You pray for universe. You go for trainings. You read books. You read audio. You look for leaders. You ask questions. How can I succeed? Don't we? We do, don't we? Even we do. How can I do this? How can I help? How can I help my team? How can I grow? How can I be successful? We ask these questions every day, and sometimes this is the answer. This is the answer all along. You may say, but Willie, we've had this 20 years ago. Yes, we did, But the thing is, this is different. Why is it different? It's so tiny. It fits in your pocket. So that's a total game changer. So forget about S3. It's great. Today, it's a new story. Today, it's like day one. And the reason I'm wearing red today, I chose many colors. The reason I wear red today, because I'm just like you. We're all going to start from red. We're all going to start from, hey, poor health, whatever, right? And we're just going to, all of you, me and you, we're all red, right? And we're all going to get purple. We're all going to get purple, right? So this is day one for everybody, you and me. And then you'll say, but Willing, it measures the same thing. Yeah, yes it does. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I just had a short chat together with Graham and Joe, and I was like, wow, there's stuff that this will be measuring that is coming in the pipeline that I didn't even know until just 30 minutes ago. Guys, right? So this is just the tip of the iceberg. And Nu Skin is not just going to do that for antioxidants. They're going to do much more. Okay, let's please give Nu Skin a round of applause, really. And this is just thing. So I just want to add with one thing. I kind of said too much, but have I said too much? But anyway, last thing. What's next? Yeah, what's next? Get yours. Get yours. You're not going to borrow from me. You're going to get yours, right? Everybody has to get yours. You can't say, wait a minute, let me go get it from my upline, and then I'll come to see you. That time is over, guys. You just have to get it. Just remember, the size, the portability, the accessibility is so much greater, like 100 times. Not just the size is 100 times smaller, but the portability of it is 100 times more. Okay, so it's not just smaller, but the portability is 100 times more. And guys, speed is energy these days, right? Speed is energy, yeah? And energy is money. Energy is money. And in this time, in this economy, we have to help even more people make money. We have to help even more people transform their lives, not just with the products, but with the opportunity that this gives. This is the key. This is everything that we've asked for in a small little device that you can put in a pocket and you can transform lives in 15 seconds. Guys, you and me, let's go do this. Let's scan the world. Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the leaders. Appreciate it.
Willing, thank you so much. Thank you for your message. And truly, right, I love it when Willing almost ended with, this is day one. I really feel the excitement, and I think we all agree, this is really day one. If you think back perhaps to that very first Pharmanex product, to that very first ageLOC product, there's so much more to come in future. Thank you, Willing, for that message, and we're truly grateful. Right? And well, that brings us to our final